Harold,
Yeah.
I love looking at CultureShare, but I have one problem.
What's that?
You know too much of Kaiso.
Oh boy, this thing in my blood, I can't help it. You understand? You read about the soca?
I'm designer, and I love looking at CultureShare. Peace.
The tempo is just right. This is fun time. This is the time to be happy. And as Preacher would say, hey, hey! I am Harold PYSADEE, and this is CultureShare, where we highlight the Kai soca music of the Caribbean. We're gonna have a great time once again. Stay right where you are. Enjoy the happiness in the music. We're gonna begin with a happy man in the soca business. He goes by the title the Soca King of the Soca Village in Trinidad and Tobago. He is Neil George, but we know him as Iowa George. Here he is doing his Nobody Can Whine more than him, he says.
Nobody can whine more than nobody can. Nobody can whine more than nobody can. Nobody can test me. Who want to arrest me? Nobody can test me. Them have to arrest me. Nobody can whine more than nobody can. Nobody can whine more than nobody can. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Put your hand in the air. Put your hand in the air. Everybody, get back, get back, get back, get back. For the carnival in the Soca Island, people from east, west, north and south, people falling from all about. In the party, in the party, in the party, hey, everybody winding up on a ting. All the women backing up on a ting. Everybody winding up on a ting. Hey, the party jamming up on a ting. On a tall thing, on a short thing. On a white thing, anything, everybody winding up on a thing. All the women backing back on a thing. Everybody winding up on a thing. Yeah, the party jamming up on a thing. On a ghost thing, on a nose thing, on a church thing. Anything, let me go. Nobody can whine more than nobody can. Nobody can whine more than nobody can. Who want to contest me? 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 Nobody can whine more than nobody can. Nobody can whine more than nobody can. So you, hold on. Is everybody feeling irate? And we all say yeah, say yeah. Bang 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 yeah. Everybody. oh gosh. In the body, in the body, in the body. Hey, everybody winding up on a 10. All the women backing up on a 10. Everybody winding up on a 10. Everybody coming up on a 10. On a Thursday, on a Thursday, on a Thursday. Anything. Everybody winding up on a 10. All the women backing back on a 10. Everybody winding up on a 10. Anybody coming up on something. On a red thing, on a black thing, on a white thing. Anything. Nobody can whine more than nobody can. Nobody can whine more than nobody can. Nobody can test me. Who going to contest me? Nobody can contest me. Who going to contest me? Nobody can whine more than me. Nobody can. Nobody can whine more than me. Nobody can. Who want to contest me? Who want to contest me? Pull it up. That's not.
Iowa George, nobody can whine more than me on CultureShare. Well, you know, they said there's a white man who wrote the dictionary, and because the blacks were in slavery and they felt everything black was bad, you know, they said, well, if you're black, you better stay back. Black Friday is bad, black sheep of a family. And so the English dictionary painted everything black as bad. But some white people, their last name, are black. Well, one Calypsonian who has taken the English grammar to poke fun at is Luther.
Hello, beautiful people. This is traditional love. Now, this is only a suggestion relating to education. It could help out the nation. So you just sit back and relax while I outline some facts about education. Sparrow did not understand why Dan was in the van, so he put the blame on Godrich. But between me and you, the thing we should do is to change the English language. But how could you say that this is air, water breathing in his air, and the same air is atmosphere? Then it is obvious you make a fundamental mistake. The word should be that's not fair. How could I use my ear to hear when my face full of hair? Here again you need some advice. And if the plural of mouse is mice and the plural of louse is lice, the plural of house should be ice. Long ago I used to wonder how the hell this English grammar was met with acceptance. But when they introduced the language, they took full advantage of the people's ignorance. Now that we know better, we could look into the future with plenty more confidence. We could call the Englishman and make him understand his language not making sense. $1 is 100 cents, but man have common sense, and all the flowers have different scents. And if the Englishman should hear me, I know he going to cheer me and say, I'm talking nonsense. But it is definitely wrong, and it's been going on too long, and that is why I want you to know. I just always wonder why every mosquito could fly, but not one fly could mosquito. When I was a little fella, I adored the English grammar. I didn't know better. But it's when I start to grow, then my father make me know grammar come from Grenada. And that is when I realized this language is a disguise, and it's we they want to mislead. They tell we R-E-D is red, R-E-A-D is red, the same R-E-A-D is real. The letters of the alphabet, I never see nothing so yet, but a man could be in the sea. And I could use my eye to cry, I could macko with my eye, and if I say I and I am in me. And if you happen to get bite in the darkness of the night, and you ain't sure it's a mosquito, well, there is no need to be guessing, just forget everything and call it a perhaps-quito. Long don't die. This language have no logics, it's just functioning by magic, and that is stupidness. Because not is N-O-T, ice is I-C-E, but when you join them is notice. Now I could carry on for days, you could end up in a daze, and all my efforts could go to waste. But on the other hand, you go call me a soft man if I can't make a good waste. Now I am not a selfish guy, I don't selfish, I just buy, and I like the local species. And the local dialect is something that I respect. You can't take that away from me. No kind of fancy words at all like homosexual, but it's easy to understand. Because anytime we catch a man loving up another man, you cocksure, that's a mama man. The English language for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, if you take a car and you bust your lip, you touch your lip and it feels so-so. Put it together, you get calypso. Right, gentle?
That's right.
My producer, always on the ball. Yes, Culture Share on the pulse of the Calypso beat. And that was Luther entertaining us from the Metro Toronto Convention Centre on Culture Share. We'll be back with more action. Whenever Eddie Lavette comes to New York, he creates great excitement, a sort of a inward and peaceful excitement because his voice is so magnifique. Well, here is Eddie performing at Brooklyn College with this medley.
Dad is home. Dad is home to stay. It wasn't on a Sunday. It wasn't on a Tuesday afternoon. But I made a promise that you treasure, and I made it back home to you. How I waited for this moment to be by your side. Your best friend Roland told me you had tears rolling down your eyes, but don't worry, Dad is home. Dad is home to stay. Being that it's Sunday, early Sunday evening, we'd like to do a little reminiscing for you. Back in the 50s and the 60s, even though I just turned 16 yesterday. Some of these songs, maybe some of you are too old to remember, and maybe some of you are too young to remember. But let's see, we're gonna test you. See if you remember. Well, hello there. It's been a long, long time since last year. How am I doing? Well, if you really want to know, I guess I'm doing fine. You know why? 'Cause I'm easy, easy like Sunday morning. Well, said I'm easy, easy like Sunday morning. Here's another one. Sincerely, girl, don't you know how I love you? Thank you. And I'll do anything for you. Please say you be mine. And if Sam Cooke were here, he'd say, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. Oh, girl, I love you. And I love you. You better believe it. For sentimental reasons. And I hope that you believe me, girl. For I'm giving you my heart, my heart. And my favorite one to say this. My mama done told me, she said, son, please beware. There's a thing called love, and it's everywhere. It will break your heart and put you in misery. Oh, but mama forgot to tell me that the girl will come to me in the middle of the night and she will turn out to be so so easy. Like the birds flying high. I wanna know why. Why can't I be good night, my love. Pleasant dreams and sleep tight, my love. And may tomorrow be sunny and bright and bring you closer to me, to me, to me. Before you go, please remember that I love you so. And this love I have in my heart for you will never grow cold. I'm not 1,000 miles away. Thank you very much.
You just can't put a price on that voice. Eddie Lavette on CultureShare. Well, from one balladeer we go to another, but with a different concept. This is the mighty Sparrow with some memorable ballads in calypso.
You and I can make a pact. We can bring salvation back. Where there is love, where there is love, I'll be there. I'll reach out my hand to you. I have faith in all that you do. Just call my name. Baby, 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 I'll be there. Saw you from my window. My heart skip a beat. Gonna reach on your doorstep so that we can meet. Should you find somebody new, it better be good to you. Cause if he doesn't, baby, 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 I'll be there. Each time we meet, love, I find complete love. Without your sweet, sweet loving, what will I be? So never, never leave me lonely. Tell me you love me only, and that you will always, baby, 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 let it be me. I bless the day I found you. I want to stay around you and
taste your lips of wine anytime, night or day.
Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away.
Should you find somebody new, he'd better be good to you. 'Cause if he doesn't,
Baby, 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 I'll be there.
Friday night when the lights are low, reaching out for a place to go. When they play the right music, everything is swing. Not in the mood for me.
Look for me,
Anybody can be that guy. The night is young and the music high. When I touch a rock music, everything is fine. Not in the mood for me. And when you get the chance, you are the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. You can dance, you can shine, having the time of your life. Ooh, see that girl, watch that swing, bringing the dancing queen. Don't know much about
history,
don't know much about,
biology,
don't know much about,
science book,
don't know much about,
the French I took.
but I know that I love you, and I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be. Under the boardwalk, out of the sun,
Under the boardwalk,
we'll be having some fun.
under the boardwalk,
People walking above,
under the boardwalk,
we'll be falling in love.
under the boardwalk, boardwalk,
Put your head on my shoulder,
shoulder.
whisper in my ear, baby.
The immortal mighty Sparrow, back from a minor operation, back in full force, that is, performing in New York City on CultureShare. We'll be back.
Jump, 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 and raise your hand. Don't waste no time, jump and wine. Jump, 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 and wine, wine, wine. Jump up, shake up, dance up, wind up. Jump, 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 jump up and this, jump up and that, jump up and who, jump up and what, jump up and shake something, jump up and wave something, jump up and ram something, jump up and jam something, jump up and this, jump up and that, jump up and who, jump up and what, jump up and shake something, jump up and wave something, jump up and ram something, jump up and jam something.
A few months ago on CultureShare, we had the Extempo clash between Grenada's Powder and Trinidad and Tobago's Gypsy, and that was done at Queen's Park, St. George's, Grenada. Well, we recently had a return of the two gentlemen here in Brooklyn, New York, at Tilden Hall, and they both lived up to expectations.
I telling you, you're making a lie, and I going to explain to you why. Because you can make the grade. It's of the powder you're getting afraid. If you put me down on the stage, you're going to get powder in a rage. And when I'm done with you in the race, I'm going to give you real powder in your face.
for you, Mr. Powder, feeling shame. You ain't even have a proper calypso name. Imagine you come down here, yes, mister, and you're walking around with a name like Powder. Furthermore, you come here and state in your case how you're going to throw powder in my face. That alone only prove that you could talk tough, but you ain't nothing but a powder puff.
Me don't mind what he say at all. He just want you to attend his funeral. I'm going to put you up on the hill. With my lyrics, you I going to kill. I say, boy, you is a big boo. Look what you have on your wife shoe. You looking like a blasted girl. What you here with this blinking Jerry call?
Powder, well, what I want you to know, I want you to know my hair wasn't always so. At one time, what I had to do, my hair was looking exactly like you. But when I went down to Grenada, I had to do my hair this, brother, because it's your sister make me to know she like Jerry curl hair, so I did it so.
How he could boast and say he is king, and Powder sister ruling him. Let's go down to South Africa and jump up and shout for Mandela. Boy, you go hot to ball in Africa, you had to come natural. I say, amigo, make your ball down there. We don't want no damn chemical.
You able with down here, you gone further. You taking we business to Africa. I want you to know you must have a care. What the hell Africa have to do with here? Well, this is what I want you to know. Is everybody down here who like it so? And I am a fella who like to please. I did it so for the girl from the West Indies.
Boy, I lie, he making me vex. Me know that he want to change his sex. He coming looking for confusion, but I know that he is a batty man. Jump up and say hooray, and tell them it's Powder that say what I say in now is real true. Gypsy, happy Mother's Day to you.
Powder man, you better watch your case. I find that you're fast and you're out of place. You saying happy Mother's Day to me. I find that the powder is really silly. I telling you, this man on the scene, happy Mother's Day to me, just what he mean. Anyway, Powder boy, I don't want to roam. I'll convey to my mother when I get home.
Two great exponents of the extempo art form, Gypsy and Powder, on CultureShare. Well, Gypsy is a top-class calypsonian, and I ran into him at the Farragut Manor in Brooklyn at the Everybody's Calypso Awards. And I first pointed out to Gypsy that what happens when he composes a calypso, likes it, but later on finds out that he doesn't like it?
Well, a lot of time you write songs and then you're not happy about the song you write. You know, you find that it's understanded or whatever it is, you know. It's like the song that you just say you like. I wrote that song. I mean, it's called Roll It. It's about a bowling game. But what actually happened is that I don't particularly like it.
when I say I don't particularly like it, not the type of song that I like to sing, but it's the type of song that people like to hear. And after all, I'm in a people-oriented business.
You prefer to sing a song like Captain the Ship is Sinking?
Yeah, I prefer to sing that, or Give the Children Hope, or Leaders on the Run, Yesterday's Children, Respect the Colors. I prefer those type of songs. I prefer a song with heavy lyrics. But the fact about it is that how long could one continue to do something that, you know, seems to be fading all the time?
You possess one of the sweetest voices in the art form, I have to say.
Well, it's good to hear somebody say that.
Is it something you knew you had all the while, or something you had to work on?
Well, I know I could sing. I don't know if it's one of the sweetest voices. I know that I have the ability to sing, you know. One has to have that confidence in himself before he could bring it out to people. And I knew that I could sing. So I sing, yeah. My mother was a singer, my father sing, you know, so it's a singing line.
Now, everywhere you go and speak to calypso enthusiasts and soca enthusiasts, we will talk about the survival of the art form.
Yes.
And one of the main reasons is that we don't hear enough of the calypso. We don't hear enough of the soca. Trinidad is a land of calypso,
yes.
But still after Carnival, there is a proliferation of the dancehall reggae and the American music, with American top 40, the charts bombarded by that kind of music.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on that?
Well, I agree with you fully, you know. Only now that it's beginning to change around a little bit, because we have Radio 105, which is Radio Tempo, and they are playing calypso throughout the year, every day on a regular basis. So we have them and we are thankful for that. But I agree with you to say that it's not sufficient in the land of calypso, because if you are the land of something, it must be seen that you are the land of something, not just by words. And we are saying that we're the land of calypso, and every other place in the world that knows about calypso plays calypso more than Trinidad and Tobago, including New York.
So then is Gypsy concerned that after he has expired, whether or not the children would be able to enjoy the uniqueness of the art form?
I am very much concerned about that, hence the reason why I'm the president of the Calypsonian organization. And I and my organization, we are working very hard to bring about change. I mean, change is gradual. Rapid change don't necessarily be good. Change is a gradual thing, and we are working on it, and it's coming around, it's really coming around.
The Soca Monarch competition that they had this year, unique from the Calypso Dimanche Grand Night. You think it's a good thing for the art form?
Well, we are instrumental in putting that together as well, along with Prestige Promotion, the Calypsonian organization. Yes, I think it's a great thing, because you find that at the Calypso Monarch, the traditional Calypso Monarch on Carnival Sunday night, you would find that you wouldn't hear that type of calypso. You wouldn't hear the jump up and wave, jump up and whine, you understand what I'm saying? Because they don't deem that to be competition material, monarch material. So what we did, we created a show especially for that type of music. So you know that music would find a place. And it has found a very good place. I mean, you were there and you see that we had about 25,000 people there. Those 25,000 people have been doing something else that night, hadn't it been for this competition, so you understand?
You mentioned something earlier on that is still staying with me, that you didn't particularly like doing Roll It, but you know that the audience would like it.
Yes.
But you as an artist deep down inside, do you feel a bit taken aback by having to do such? Or are you such a professional that you would do it anyway, no matter what?
I would do it anyway, no matter what. I'm an entertainer, and I do whatever it takes to entertain. You understand what I'm saying? If I have to stand on my head, walk on my nose, whatever it takes. If that's what they want me to do, as long as I'm physically capable of doing it, I'm going to do it. And if it's not immoral, mind you.
Right, good. In the year 2020,
yeah,
where you like Calypso to be?
Well, I would like Calypso to take its rightful place as being the national music of Trinidad and Tobago, if not the entire Caribbean. I would hope by then that Calypso would infiltrate the world in such a way that it would be accepted. And I hope that I'm around to see it. You know, it's not that it's not accepted now. It is accepted wherever it's heard, but it's not heard sufficient to be accepted sufficiently everywhere. So I am hoping that around that time, it would be, in a way, international as it's supposed to be.
Gypsy, let me say thank you much for chatting with us on CultureShare. It's a pleasure having you.
It is a pleasure. It is always my pleasure, and I want your program to go from strength to strength, because I know where you started, just like Calypso. The road is always hard up, but we're going to make it.
One love.
Together. Peace.
Gypsy on CultureShare. Stay with us. You know, I really don't know what the problem is, but there's a lot of obia seem to be working in Kaiso these days. A few weeks ago, we had Shadow singing obia. He said, "You're looking." People tell him how he's looking like a boo boo, but still the women still love him. So he had to be obia. And Black Wizard from Grenada says there's a lot of obia on the Marsh Grand night in Grenada.
One more time. Believe it or not, boy, it is true. Somebody walk over you, right on the verge of victory. They get up and shake their body. So for your protection in the competition, young man, you just chant this song. Relay, relay, oh, relay, relay, oh, relay, relay, oh, right in front of you, door. Relay, relay, oh, relay, relay, oh, relay, relay, oh, everywhere you go. Babati Mandeo, Babati Mandeo, Babati Mandeo, just before the show. You have good lyrics and melody and good originality, but if you don't go and fix yourself, you could leave your songs on the shelf. Like Aki said in his song, you always playing stubborn. You want come when the morning comes. Relay, relay, oh, relay, relay, oh, relay, relay, oh, right in front of you go. Relay, relay, oh, relay, relay, oh, relay, relay, oh, everywhere you go. Babati Mandeo, Babati Mandeo, Babati Mandeo, just before the show. Yo bongo de bamba. Before you go down to the massacre, take a bush bath in the river. After chanting your holy Shabbat, enter your dressing room backwards. Behind the stage of pavilion, you shake your catch on young man. Young man, wear a talisman. Relay, relay, oh, relay, relay, oh, relay, relay, oh, right in front you go. Relay, relay, oh, relay, relay, oh, relay, relay, oh, everywhere you go. Babati Mandeo, Babati Mandeo, Babati Mandeo, just before the show. You always call yourself African, but you won't go back to tradition. They brainwash you in Western culture, so you don't know about Orisha. If you go to La Poterie, check on Modern. Young man, check on Donovan. Relay, relay, oh, relay, relay, oh, relay, relay, oh, right in front of you door. Relay, relay, oh, relay, relay, oh, relay, relay, oh, everywhere you go. Babati Mandeo, Babati Mandeo, Babati Mandeo, just before the show.
boy, I believe was Obia was walking with Black Wizard that night. That's the reason why he didn't fall down after making all them spinning around. Oh yes, I thought the man would get dizzy and really hit the floor. But the Obia was walking good that night, Wizard. What you say? Alright? That's all we have for you today on Culture Share. It was great to keeping you company and you likewise. Join us again next time around. Till then, purchase a record, a CD or a Calypso cassette and be good to your neighbor. Bye now.
Everybody, there you go. 1, 2, jump, 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 jump. Let me go. Jump up on. Jump up on. Hold on. Put your hand in the air. Put your hand in the air. Trinidad and Tobago. And let me see you. 1, 2, 3. Jump up on. If you come here to party, do the Iwa. Do the Iwa. You have to do the Iwa. If you come here to spree, do the Iwa. Do the Iwa. You have to do the Iwa. Hey, hey, I know everybody know how the Iwa dance will go. And if you forget, I want to show you. Now watch me, drop a man, come. This place after my shop, and let me take a dry run now. I'm going to take a dry run now. Put your hand in the air, everybody. 1, 2, jump up and kick up. This place after my shop. Jump up and kick up. This place after my shop. Put your hand in the air, jump. Put your hand in the air, jump. Let's all everybody, let me see you. 1, 2, jump up and kick up. This place after my shop. Jump up and kick up. This place after my shop. Iowa time. Put your hand in the air. Put your hand in the air. And everybody, let me see you. 1, 2, jump up and will you rock? Will you rock? Will you rock? Will you rock? Will you flag? Will you rock? 1, 2, jump up on. Let me sing. If you come here to get on board, do the Iowa. I can't hear you. Do the Iowa. A little louder. Do the Iowa. I said bad, 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 bad. Do the Iowa. I can't hear that. Do the Iowa. Lady. Do the Iowa. Hey, I know it's carnival. You love your bacchanal. All you come out to get on bad. Well, watch me. Jump up and come. This place have to mash up. Are we going to take an extra now? Are we going to take an extra now? We going to take an extra. Let me take an extra. 1, 2, 3. Jump up and come. This place have to mash up. Hey, jump up and come. This place have to mash up. Put your hand in the air, jump. Put your hand in the air, jump. Red down, red down, red down. Everybody. 1, 2, jump up and come. This place have to mash up. Jump up and come. This place have to mash up. Pull it up, pull it up. Pull it up, pull it up. Pull it up, pull it up. All I know is good. We have anybody here who was in Trinidad for Carnival? Let me show them how this damn thing does go.
All right.
Right? When I say where you rock, I want you to do it so. Let's do it so. Where you rock? Where you rock? Where you rock? And when the band play, we go jump up and get on bad, right? Are you ready? Are you ready? 1,